Welcome back, everybody. Time for some more Ultimate Admiral Age of Sail, and we are into the big one, the Battle of the Chesapeake. This is the battle historically where the French won temporary naval superiority over the British Navy, which allowed for General Lord Cornwallis to be surrounded at Yorktown and eventually led to his surrender. So we're going to be able to take as many as 12 ships into this battle. This is going to be by far the biggest battle we fought yet. I'm anticipating if we're able to take that many, it certainly has to be. I'm going to have trouble outfitting all of the ships that I'd like to for this because I captured so many in the last couple of battles that I could take a pretty large fleet. But the biggest problem is coming up with enough officers that have decent ability. You can see here the HMS London. I'm going to have pretty poor skill when it comes to my officers unless I pilfer some officers from some of these other ships, which I may have to do. I've already turned in a couple of the 78-gun ships as trophies to the Admiralty just to earn back some points because it cost me 40 just to buy the London. I'm back up to 77 now. So you can see here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then in addition to that, I can take 5 more ships, but there's no way I'm going to be able to outfit all of these. So we're going to have to take some smaller ones like the Hussar. But again, officers are going to be a big problem because I'm already scraping the bottom of the barrel as far as officers go. So I may not even be able to assign officers to some of these ships, which means I may not be able to take 12. So I've used up all of my available officers, and I'm only going to have 8 ships, and that doesn't even get me a full complement of officers, and some of them are pretty bad. I'm looking now at advancements in technology, and I like the idea of boarding equipment 3 because I feel like that'll get me a nice leg up when I do get into boarding situations. So we're going to go ahead and research that. We're going to try to add that to as many ships as I possibly can here. Let's start with the London. Let's see how much it's going to cost to add boarding equipment 3. 16,000. I've already added double hulled frames and unified gun carriages, and so between that, I've got 40 to 50,000 in upgrades on the London right now. Now I haven't changed any of these names. I haven't heard from any further patrons who are at the level where they get to name ships. Most of the folks that have been reaching out to me have been giving me names for the Victory at Sea Pacific series. So I can use those same names if that's what folks want, but for now we're just going to keep the names, but we're going to just change them to USS instead of HMS for each of these. So you can see with some of these ships, I could assign a captain, but this is literally my last officer, and I had to take him from one of my other ships. So there'd be no additional officers, so you can see how poor the performance is going to be in these different areas. I find myself wondering if it's better to take fewer ships rather than take ships like this. So it may be a situation where I just use the Hussar as like a feeder for additional crew for other ships. I don't know. We're going to have to see what we're up against. It may be that I have to go back and remove officers from some of these other ships just to be able to get additional captains on some of these. Like, you know, looking at ones like, who was the one I was just looking at a second ago? Right here. Independence. You can see how high their crew ratings are, so how good that ship's going to perform. And so it makes me wonder in a situation like that whether it might not make sense to remove one of these officers just so I can get a decent captain on another ship. So you can see if I remove him, that's going to drop our stamina down, but it's still decently high. So if I were to take him and put him as captain on this ship, now you can see we've at least got a little bit of decent efficiency and morale, but really nothing else. So that's this guy here. So we're kind of losing out on other stats, even though he's got decent scores in those areas. Okay, so there was one person I just remembered who had reached out to me with a ship name, and that is Keith, who wanted the Aggressive Negotiator. Keith likes to keep with his, he must be a big Star Wars fan. I got to spell aggressive right. Because he likes the Star Wars references. He's the one who has the You Wanna Buyer on the Victory at Sea Pacific series, and he wants to be Aggressive Negotiator on this one, which I like. Oh no, it's not going to let us name it that. So we're going to have to actually make it as one word because it's too long. Okay. Actually, you know what we could do? So we'll just abbreviate it a little bit here. Sorry, Keith. That's just what we got to do in this case. Okay, so here we go. It's actually 10 ships we can take into this one. You can see how many we're facing. Oh my gosh. Our patrol frigate spotted the enemy fleet a few hours ago. Despite understanding the importance of this fight, we still managed to underestimate their force. The battle won't be an easy one. The British have the weather gauge in their favor. We will have to wait for now. Oh, these are actually French ships over here. All that we have achieved over the past 5 years has culminated to this point. We must prove to the British that we can stand up to their invincible fleet and can claim our independence. My goodness. Okay. So let's look at this, because what we've got here are the British. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 British ships. We've got quite a few French ships, which we're going to go ahead and place under AI control, I think. So this is going to be a massive battle, and I don't know how my computer is going to take to this. We have never tried anything close to this size. But here we go. So we're kind of at the back here. Starting with the London. So we got the London, the aggressive negotiator, which is weird that it's 78 guns but only 376 crew. Did I do something wrong there? Independence, Hussar, Hermione, Fire. The Fire is my little fire ship that I brought along. Nemesis, Surprise, Constitution, and Ranger back here in the rear. So the French ships are going to kind of take the lead on this. They do have the wind, so that's going to make things a little more interesting. But we're going to go ahead and just start crossing over toward him here. See if we can get in behind some of these guys. I'd like to get that fire ship up on one of the big ones, but what I'm going to do is I'm just going to kind of keep them back for now until I see an opportunity. And then when I've got an opportunity to use the fire on one of those big ships, I will. Alright, let's see what's happening up here. So far, it's running somewhat smoothly. We'll see when everybody starts firing what happens. But of course, the object is to eliminate the enemy fleet. So that means that we're going to be here a while. Settle in for a long episode. I'll try to edit as I'm able to, just to kind of bring you the highlights so that we're not just kind of watching a bunch of nothing. Okay, we're starting to get in close enough for action now. Had a little trouble getting my ships around. We're still having an issue with Nemesis getting around the USS Fire, so we're going to have to turn the Fire around this way to get them out through here. We need to get in close on these guys. You can see from back here almost everything's bouncing off. Alright. Come on, Fire, get around this guy. That stupid little ship is blocking half my ships from getting over. So what we got to do is we're going to put Nemesis to a stop so Fire can get going up this way. Alright, London, let's see what you can do. Besides aim poorly. Interesting start for the French. As long as they can keep even with those other British ships, we'll be okay. There we go. The fire's getting going now. We're going to try to get fire up here to hit one of those British ships when they get out by themselves a little bit. So I'm going to kind of hold these other ships in reserve for the time being until we need them, because we've got pretty long line already here. We need London to get some experience because it's a 90-gun ship, but the ratings are pretty low because the crew has no experience. So that's going to take some time. Taking a lot of hits already, but you can see most of them don't seem to be doing a whole lot. Yeah, look how many of those are bouncing off. Let's maybe aim a little higher. See what happens. Let's get up here and aim at this guy. He's kind of turned his stern to me. Might be an opportunity there. Alright, here's fire over here. Let's go ahead and start bringing these other ships closer. We're going to maybe see if we can cross in behind the British fleet with them. We're actually all going with the wind at this point. How are the French doing? It's just a big cluster up here. But so far so good. It looks like they've got a chance to take out the Barfleur. Interesting. It's got a French name. I'm going to take them off of AI, get them to board. Put them on canister fire. I think they're going to be able to take him out. Alright, French are doing okay. Not great, but okay. Tell you what we'll do here is we'll throw a Ranger on the back end of this group. We're gonna bring fire over, and if I can get really lucky, I could maybe swing them into a big bunch of French ships. I'm going to try to bring them in around this way and hit a couple of these guys. He's got another HMS America. We just captured an HMS America from him. It's still sitting in my dock waiting to decide what to do with it. Alright, what's going on down here? How did they not capture the bar floor? Frustrating. That should have been done. Now he's got a broken rudder. Oh boy. What a wasted opportunity. Aggressive negotiators on fire. Oh boy. They should be able to get that put out. Speaking of fires. If I can get right in here on these guys, this might be the opportunity. Because we're going to have a bunch of French ships right next to each other. Hurry up, get in there. Oh boy. Alright, we're gonna have to go for the nearest one before we sink. Darn it. That might not be close enough. Please get... Oh, okay, we got one at least. I really wanted to get at this other ship. It's just not gonna happen. Those men are gonna be sacrificed for valiantly giving their lives. Alright, we got the Centaur too. Excellent. We got the Invincible. We got the Bellicoeur. We might get 4 ships with that fire ship. Oh, that would be beautiful. I think we did. The best part is it looks like most of these men are going to escape. Wow. That was perfect timing. It worked out. Now we just got to keep our other ships away. If we're really lucky, Europe's going to get away from it. We need them to sink now so that they don't get too close to my other ships. No, 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 no. Independence, get away from there. Same with Hussar. We got to get them away. There's going to be a lot of British troops floating in the water here in a minute. Sailors. Now we got to turn and go against the wind. That's going to be a little tough. I was going to say, where's the rest of my fleet? It's out here. I'm going to go ahead and send Hussar straight down that way with the wind. Wow, what a beautiful thing. It's going to take them a while to burn, though, as you can see. All right, back over here to look at the situation with the French. And, well, obviously, they're going to start losing some ships soon. The main thing is that they're going to weaken all these guys enough to where I should be able to take them on, especially since I just took out 4 British ships with 1 fire ship. Oh, man, that was so worth it. So we're going to send Hussar and Hermione down here to start helping out with the other ones, because we've got more than enough to handle what's left up here with the British. Just got to avoid these burning hulls until they sink. Wow, that was awesome. Prevents us sinking. Okay. Let's pause for a second, because what we're going to do here is we're going to have to get them to board before it's too late. What are you waiting on? There you go. Ville de Paris, same thing here. We're going to get them to try and board this guy. So we've only got 3 British ships left up here. I really think that London Independence and Aggressive Negotiator can handle them to the point where I'm going to go ahead and just send the rest of these guys down to deal with the other ships. Oh, come on, Prevent. You kidding me? I know your ship's sinking, but still. So I'm trying to get them to take out this ship with them. Both of them are going to end up sinking. Honestly, if I just get all these French ships to just start boarding these British ships, even if they don't take them all, they'll reduce their numbers enough to where I can come in and take care of business. There you go. That's another British ship out. So that's, what, 5 British ships taken out now? The Alfred is now flooding. Okay, there's that. Let's go back over here, see what's happening. Boarding there. May not need to board this one. We may just need to sink him. see. Can you board this guy? Alright, this is going pretty good. It's going real well. That turning point was definitely sinking those 4 British ships with a fire ship. That should definitely do the trick. We got Hermione and Hussar coming in to help out. Let's get Hussar in behind. And see what's going on over here. I may just go ahead and use London to board Europe, because London's got that really good boarding package. But we may not be able to catch them. We may just have to board Intrepid instead. HMS Alfred won boarding over here. That's okay. We reduced them significantly, so that's a start. Alright, just put you on AI, I guess. We'll let these guys go back to doing their own thing. Alright, Hermione, here comes your chance. You're gonna go at the Barfleur. Ranger can take out the America. Yeah, I don't think London's going to catch Europe. We're going to have to do that with somebody else. Now, you know what? Let's go after him. Because Independence can board and finish off Intrepid. Aggressive Negotiator can follow London to get Europe. Oh, we got a ship on fire here. This guy boarding? Better be. Where is it? Okay, here we go. Alright, Hermione. Let's get this Barfleur taken care of. Ville de Paris has started boarding finally. I think London's about to board here. Just get him to catch up a little bit in speed. Let's get Aggressive Negotiator disengaged from following. That'll allow London to speed up. HMS Ajax surrendered. Come on, London, catch him. Alright, Ranger. Alright, I think we got the Europe. Trying to get Independence to catch up to Intrepid. try to get Ranger to do the same with America. Alright. Well, this is going along nicely. The French are reducing the British better than I expected. Let's get this French ship out of here. Or former British ship. Still have several ships of mine that really haven't even been engaged yet. Come on. Get on this guy. Switch over to canister fire. I'm trying to close the gap here if I can. There it is. Right, that one will be taken care of soon enough. Oh, Intrepid's flooding. Alright, maybe we don't want to get too close to them then. London got their first star of experience. I don't know where Hermione's going. I gotta bring them back around to deal with Barfleur. Now they're gonna have to go against the wind to do it. HMS Europe is surrendered. Minimal crew. Okay, London. Let's get back into action. Let's get the Europe out of here. What do we got left on the British side? Oh, we gotta get these guys off this ship. Okay, where did they go? Did I just take everybody off of the wrong ship? I think I did. Oh, that's painful. Who did I take all those people off of? If not that ship. Oh boy. Oh, they all came off aggressive negotiator. Oh boy. That is not how we aggressively negotiate. My bad. A lot more blue than there was before. So we've got America and Intrepid. That's 2. Provence has started boarding. We've got a piece of cake, couple of ships over here to take care of. Really, there's not much left. This is going along nicely. Alright, you're going to board too because, well, you're going to sink otherwise. Where'd all those French sailors go? Because some of them don't have any ship to get on yet. There's not enough room. Prevents one boarding. Alright, let's pause for a second because we also have another ship that's boarding here. Alright, Princess, get out of here. This one's boarding. They may not win that, but they're definitely going to reduce the numbers on the Monarch. And then if Monarch wins, they'll have to put men over, so that'll help even more. Alright, Hermione, let's get over here. I think we're just going to end up in sinking the Intrepid. Let's see if we can grab it. Nah, you know what? I don't want to waste the men on that. Masawa has surrendered, so it lost that boarding, but that's okay. You can see they reduced the Monarch down to 354, and then Monarch's going to put men over onto a ship that's in really bad shape. And that'll just be 2 easy ships to take out. Alright, we're just going to really nail the Intrepid here. Finish them off. Rangers got to go right into the wind to try and catch up to America. Put them on AI to do that. Might just send London out for now. Alright, what's left down here? Can't get anybody else on that ship. Until we board anyway. Let's do that. Stop, stop, stop. Board this guy. We always just send the Victoire up to do that. Yeah, both of you go this way. Just get out of here. Okay, the HMS Alcide is sunk. So we're going to send crew back over to Provence, which is also sinking at the moment. HMS Shrewsbury just won boarding over here, but that ship had next to nobody on board, so it's not a huge deal. And we're finally getting on the Monarch. And I've got troops ready to board Pluton if and when they're needed. To finish that boarding. So that will leave HMS Terrible as the main threat. A couple of smaller ships. Really just kind of clean up at this point. There's not a lot. The Alfred's over here. It's sinking in bad shape already. Alright, so here comes my first encounter over here on this side with some of my ships. We've got the Nemesis, the Surprise, and the Constitution coming in. And they're going to make quick work of these British ships, I think. You can see these two are sinking. Looks like the French are going to deal with the Monarch here in a minute. I wonder if I can get these guys on board the Nemesis. Let's see where the rest of the things stand. Intrepid's about to sink. Independence is just going to finish her off here in a minute. Ranger is doing the same to America. Aggressive Negotiator's kind of out there. We'll bring them back in. Pluton starts boarding. Oh, come on, Nemesis, has come around here. I think we can get these guys on board. Who's going to finish this guy off? Alright, hold on. What happened here? Monarch is surrendered. Princeska has surrendered. They actually sank. Really, HMS Terrible is the only real threat left. Well, Shrewsbury. We'll come up and take care of them here in a minute. We finish these guys off yet? Intrepid's just about to sink. Hey, watch where you dump your mast there, buddy. We'll put Aggressive Negotiator on AI as well. Oh, we've still got the Barfleur over here. Barfleur. I'm just gonna put these guys on AI. They can take care of him. We've got the Alfred right here. Is that ship sunk? Yeah, it's sunk. There we go. Intrepid sunk. That's a whole lot of crew that's going to try to get over here on HMS America. We don't want that to happen. Alright, you've got Alfred. Victoire, let's just get them to maybe go board Terrible. Oh boy, really? They just took out... Oh man, that was brutal. Alright, Constitution. Grab this thing if you can. Dang. Alright, let's get Nemesis out of here. Bring Surprise up to deal with Shrewsbury. Come on, Ranger, we got to take this ship out before all these men get on board. Constitution started boarding. What a mess all of this is. Alright, here's what we're going to do. Crew. There we go. So let's bring Surprise alongside. Get them to board. Let's stop the Nemesis. And send some of those men over. So when Surprise starts boarding Shrewsbury, These men can get on the other side. Alright, we might have a little trouble boarding just because of the wind situation here, so instead we may just find ourselves with surprise. Just trying to pummel this guy into oblivion with our guns, which we can certainly do. Let's get Melik on the other side here. Still have the HMS Terrible over here to deal with. We're trying to board. We've got these extra 82 men that can get on there when they get close. We've got the Alfred over here. Somebody just needs to board him too, or just sink him. How are we doing over here? All these guys gone? I think they are. We've still got the HMS America to deal with. Here he comes up on Nemesis. What's going on over here? Bar floor, we're still trying to deal with him. And he's got all kinds of extra men on board now. But we've got plenty enough to deal with him. Who's this? HMS America. Alright, we got the HMS Alfred to surrender. It looks like they're going to sink anyway. That leaves Terrible with 610 men. This French ship here, Diadem, with 96 men. Shrewsbury here, and they're trying to board Nemesis, and so what we're doing is we're bringing the Ville de Paris over to the other side. And we're going to do the same. Marseillois is hopefully going to sink soon, but if not, we'll help assist in that endeavor. We've got one big ship over here in the Barfleur that's got a broken rudder. We've got a bunch of ships going after him. And then the America, which now has 692 men, or 592 men on board because they got all the survivors from the other ship, but we're going to just sink that one. Alright, we do not want to let these guys get on board the Terrible. So we're going to try to get over here in between them. And try to board it first to keep them from getting to him. I'm going to bring Victoire up the other side and do the same thing. If he gets those men on board, that's going to make for a tough boarding. Looks like some of them are going to make it there. But between these two, we ought to be able to deal with him. Oh my. USS Nemesis was just sunk. It was a fire. And 3 ships got taken out in the process. We got the Shrewsbury, but we also lost 2 ships. I was so focused on this other one that I wasn't paying attention to that, and that fire broke out, killed a bunch of our officers, took out 2 of our ships. But honestly, small price to pay in the grand scheme of things when you consider how much we're going to gain in this. And I think that might be about the only one left is the Terrible. It's getting dark though, so we're going to have to deal with this soon. Okay, here's the Barfleur. Let's be careful because she's about to sink and she's on fire. So let's steer Hermione clear as quick as we can. Okay, the fire's out now. Oh no. Now who do we... Oh, that was a bunch of French sailors. But again, another fire. Ah, jeez. Does that leave Terrible as the only ship that we're still really dealing with? Terrible and Barfleur. Barfleur's about to sink, but man, it's getting dark. Alright, we finally sank HMS America. There's nowhere for that crew to go. That does leave just... Oh, there's one out here too. We've got to get at him, but I've got nothing close by except the Constitution. Okay, then Marceau just sunk. So I don't have to worry about them anymore. Barfleur's about to sink. Once she's taken care of, I think that just leaves the Terrible and the Diadem. Alright, we've put some new troops on, or new sailors on board the Constitution. We were about to board Diadem, and now they've got a fire, so I want to be careful here. Might just be better off to sink it. Okay. His water pump broke, but he's no longer on fire. So let's try to complete this boarding. He's going the opposite way as me, so it's going to make it kind of tricky. There we go. Alright. That leaves... Oh boy, let's pause. Alright, we got him. That was actually a French ship, so we actually rescued the French crew by doing that. Now let's try and get Victoire over here. As soon as we get the Terrible, I think that's it. Alright. Oh, fire. No, 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 no. Well, it's a French ship. So if I lose it, I lose it. As long as I take out the Terrible. I believe this is the last one. I'll have to go back and look. There might be some small British ship kind of hanging about somewhere. We may have to send somebody else in here to help with this. I don't know if Victoire is going to finish him off or not. Yeah, looks like they will. Sacrificing the French to win this. Alright, there's Terrible. There must be one more. Let's take a look and see. Oh yeah, the Barfleur, which now has 957 men on board, but is about to sink. They're kind of the catch-all for all of the British that have come off of other ships. So we're definitely not going to try to board her. We're just going to shoot her a few more times, and that should do it. It's just a prison hulk at this point. There's nothing left. So we're going to watch that one sink. All right, there it is. Bar floor sunk. Victory at the Battle of the Chesapeake. We took on almost 8,000 British in that one. We sank 6. We captured 4. It was pretty even in terms of the ships, so that's pretty good. I don't know what happened to the other 5. If it's only saying, oh, that's probably what the French did. We did lose a Commodore, Jonathan Morris. We lost 4 officers altogether, killed. But honestly, that was outstanding. So let's look at, here's all the ones that were destroyed. We lost USS Nemesis. That's the only one of my ships, 78. But honestly, considering what we captured, makes up for it and then some. I don't know if there's more to the game or if that's where this campaign currently ends. I guess we'll find out here in a minute. All right, well, there is more. There's our earnings from the Battle of the Chesapeake. There's also Navy Distinguished Service Medal. And it's time to end the chapter. Return of the Legend. So now we move to 1804. The Treaty of Paris in 1783 ended the Revolutionary War, and by 1785, Congress had disbanded the Continental Navy and sold off the remaining ships, putting me out of a job. The last frigate was auctioned off for $26,000 because the new nation did not have the funds to keep her in service. So skip ahead here, 1801, my old friend Thomas Jefferson became the new president of the United States. He set about forming a new fleet. 6 super frigates were ordered, which would form the basis of a new fleet. Jefferson then refused unreasonable payments to the Barbary states. So are we taking on the Barbary pirates? Is that what's going to happen here? I'm excited if that's the case. Some of you were actually asking about that, whether or not that was going to be a part of this. Looks like it might be. Don't you dare. Okay, so here we are, and it does look like we are now in the Mediterranean. We're going to be taking on the Barbaries. This is pretty cool. We're excited about this. This is going to be a lot of fun. A pirate's life indeed. All right, so where does that put me? Brand new ships. Everything that just happened, just kind of clean slate. We've got the USS Constitution, Old Ironsides herself, a 4th rate. And so we're kind of almost starting anew. So let me know your thoughts about all that, and we will continue this in a few days. Thanks for watching.